I think as an honorable mention, Denise Williams, right? Like I think that, having I think her being a Black American woman from Atlanta, moving her entire life from Atlanta to the UAE, and actually recognizing an opportunity and a gap in the market, because there weren't many Americans doing what she was doing.
Yeah.
And being able to navigate the market in the way she was to become successful, especially in EXP and her realty and whatever she was doing at the time. So I think that, if you see this clip of her talking about the mentality you have to have and sort of like what she had to go through in order to ingratiate herself in the market, then you'll definitely see the things that we admired about that conversation.
What caused that shift to go from Atlanta to Dubai? Like that's a huge.
Yeah, that's
a lot of people. I'm sure there's not another person out here from Hinesville, Georgia, out in Dubai, right? So, what did you always want to come to Dubai? Did you always want to go international? What sort of
did you visit first?
Did you visit first? Like.
So coming from Atlanta, so I opened my own real estate company in Atlanta in 2018, Williams & Co. International Realty, hence the name International. So I've definitely wanted to have a global brand, a footprint. I saw myself as a bigger brand than where I was. Vision is so important. Yeah. You have to see yourself where you want to be before it actually realizes, right? Yeah. So I was setting the tone for what I wanted in my real estate company before hiring my first agent. And so what that looked like for me was in 5 years, I was giving myself 5 years to open my first international branch. So a lot of people don't know that I'm dual licensed. I'm licensed in Georgia. I'm licensed in Florida as well. So I've been multifaceted in that way. But international, initially, I was thinking I would do something within like a 4-hour flight of Atlanta, just being able to do same day travel, ease of business, Jamaica, Mexico, places like that. Yeah, okay. Dominican Republic is very easy to get into the real estate market there. When I would visit just on vacation, I would see franchises, Coldwell Banker, Keller Williams, Remax that were already there. So I was like, okay, these are opportunities to do international business. However, the reason I didn't choose those areas, even though they were more convenient location-wise, is because of their economy. It didn't check the box for safety. It didn't check the box for having a solid currency. It didn't check the box for me just feeling like, okay, I can really get people to come here and invest and be confident in their investment just because it's so volatile. Or I don't want to necessarily be somewhere where a hurricane could come and completely wipe out my real estate portfolio. You know what I mean? Yeah, and so you have to think about, like, what does that lifestyle check look like? When I talk to people about real estate, most people only think about the numbers. Yes, the numbers are super important, but you have to also think about the lifestyle that comes with it. So when I came to Dubai to visit, I fell in love with the lifestyle. I fell in love with the fact that this was an emerging market and there was room for me to grow, and I really wasn't much convincing when it comes to selling Dubai, because when someone comes to experience it for themselves, they get it. Immediately. So all now I'm doing is just educating you on the numbers, but I'm not talking to you about down payment assistance. I'm not talking to you about what kind of discounts you can get, because the tone is already set. So for me, if I was thinking about doing luxury real estate and wanting to partner myself in that type of environment, I'm like, you know what? Dubai is the place to go. It's the number 4 luxury market in the world. So when it comes to the numbers, Atlanta and Dubai is just night and day. I can have a lot more financial success here and be a unicorn while I do it. Yeah. So that's the biggest, that's the biggest advantage, a competitive advantage that people should look for when making decisions in their business to expand.
That you are, because you are the first Black American real estate owner here in Dubai, right?
Yes.
So being a trailblazer in your space here in the UAE, how did you handle the challenges of being the first Black American woman to run a global brokerage firm in Dubai? Like, what were some of the challenges at first, and how did you handle some of that?
And I just want to add to that as well. There's a stereotype that comes out here. You're female. Are you going to be respected out here? Can you get your business through? Did that go through your mind while coming out here?
All of it went through my mind. I would be lying if I didn't say I had different concerns and, like, what will it be like to do business? Because it's one thing to visit, and have fun. And it's a totally different thing to move and live in a foreign land. So I had to go through a lot of due diligence. You know, a lot of people make emotional decisions, and I used to be one of those people where it was like, okay, cool, this looks fun. Let me do this business. Oh, this person seems cool. Let's partner up. Now I've matured in that way. And so it took me a year before I actually decided to relocate. So that's the part people don't know, because when I made the announcement, I moved a month later. They didn't see the due diligence. They didn't know that I was taking multiple flights to Dubai to do research on the market, to meet people, to build up my network. And that's what people have to realize. Like, I get so many DMs and people contacting me. Oh, I'll book a flight. I literally saw it this morning on my way here in my DMs. She's like, I'll book a flight last minute. Like, I just want to work on your team. That's a turnoff for me, because that is just an emotional decision, because you're looking at the glitter and the glam, and you're not really thinking about strategy. I want to partner with people who are strategic about their decision making, because the minute you don't get paid that first or second month in real estate, you're going to believe that it doesn't work, because you didn't even have a strategy to begin with. You were doing it for the wrong reasons.
Yeah.
So it's a long-term business.
It's a long-term business play. So.
And I guess, honestly, you make it look easy.
Yeah.
Yo, you
make it look easy.
I see on IG. I'm like, I want that life. I'm
with you. I'm like, she's everywhere.
Everywhere, all the time. But listen, I fly out next week. Yeah. So the reason that it looks easy is because I have proof of concept. I didn't come here starting from scratch. I came here starting from experience that I've had in the U.S. So I've been in the industry since 2012. I came here officially in 22. Started visiting in 21. So it was just about applying what knowledge I've already had, skill set that I've already had, leaning into my network that I've already built and bringing them to a new market. So for someone that's brand new in real estate, it's very audacious to just jump out there and just say, okay, I'm going to just start an international company. I don't recommend that, because you have to really be able to overcome so many objections, especially if you're American. And I'll speak for myself. I'm dealing with people who have to overcome a 7,000-mile trip to their real estate property, okay? Yeah. I'm overcoming the stereotypes that Americans have about this industry, this market. Am I going to be looked at a certain way? Am I going to deal with racism? Am I going to be, locked up for touching someone? It's just all these different things that I have to dispel myths, right? Yeah. Then I have to overcome the inventory itself. Where I come from in my market, you can buy $1 million house is like a mansion, in Atlanta. That's an apartment in Dubai. So I'm having to train you to think about this closet being this big versus a closet being an entire room. So there are so many things, and you have to have a certain level of skill, posture, and confidence to be able to convince someone to sign on a dotted line in a place that they will hardly ever visit. So they're really, really trusting you to navigate that purchase.